Hi, everybody, and welcome to Sally's Hotline, where we share tips and advice from the podcast Unstoppable Stories That Move. Today's tip comes from Rhea Deroian, who is an unstoppable athlete and runner, and she has run every day for the last 12 years. She is a streaker and shows no signs of stopping. But Rhea wasn't always this happy. She knows how hard it is to keep going, to face the truth when times are tough, when things go bad. She had to leave an abusive relationship. And during that time, she started running more and more. In her old life, she used to run to get away from her partner. Now, she can't wait to get home to her new husband. So let's hear some tips and advice directly from Rhea. Rhea, what advice do you have for our listeners out there on anything, any subject? What do you want people to know?
As I mentioned in our episode, I think consistency and that commitment to whatever it is that you want to accomplish is the biggest thing. So my biggest tip is showing up every day, no matter where you're at, no matter what you're feeling, even if it's hard. An hour is 4% of your day. For my personal commitment and hobby, I need at least 15 minutes. I know life is difficult. People have kids, people have jobs that differ in schedules, rotating schedules. Life isn't always consistent nor easy. But if you have animals, if you have kids, you always kind of figure out how to get them to where they need to be, what they need to do to be taken care of. So whatever your passion is, whatever your hobby is, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, whether it's writing a book, whether it's running, whether it's triathlon, whatever it is, you can carve out 15 minutes. It's actually 1% of your day. 15 minutes is 1% of your day to make that commitment to yourself, to your passion, to your hobbies. So if you can find that 15 minutes and commit to at least that every day, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. How do you eat an elephant? It's crazy, but one bite at a time. So that's the only way that you can ever make that big of a change over time, is you have to just do it one bite, one day, 1% of your day at a time. And then usually what ends up happening is if you find that 15 minutes, I actually felt really good. So I wrote longer, I ran longer, I practiced my guitar longer, whatever it is. If you could just get started and commit to that 15 minutes, that 1% of your day, that snowballs over time, and that snowball gets bigger and it gets bigger. And then slowly you realize that you've spent all this time and you have all these moments of building upon this joy, this passion, this commitment, whatever it is that you want to accomplish.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. I'm glad you did the math. That 15 minutes is only 1% of your day.
So when I was talking about it with my husband last night, in my head, it was always an hour is 4% of your day. And he was like, yeah, so like a mile is like 1. And I was like, oh, that's very smart. So he was the one that actually pointed it out. And it's like, I do a lot of math when I run, but I'd never done that exact, So it's just very funny that I've always gone by an hour as 4%. He's like, so like a mile is less than 1.
Wow. A mile in 15 minutes.
Well, everybody can do a mile, like most people. Yeah. If you were like, and I always said I just need 10 minutes, but not everybody is a 10-minute miler, which is totally fine. Right. So if you can carve out 1% of your day, 15 minutes, start, stop, run. I have run in pajamas. I have run
awesome.
I run a mile at a brewery at like 10 p.m. in somebody else's shoes in a strapless bra, because I was like, crud, I wasn't expecting to stay out and I got to do my mile. So it's just, can you find 15 minutes? Can you just be like, hey, I know this is really great. Give me a beat. I'll be right back.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's fun. So my husband just had surgery last month, and we had a surgery check-in at like 5 a.m. And so I woke up at 3 because I didn't want to be insert. And I am an afternoon runner. I enjoy running in the evenings. A good sunset run is my favorite. And I just didn't want to be worried about taking care of him and his recovery, and like if anything had gone wrong, and have to have that little monkey in the back of my brain. I'm like, you still have to run today. Like, make sure you do your run today. So I woke up at 3 and was just like, I'm going to go out, do my mile in the dark, get it done, check it off. Then I don't have to worry about it. And then he can have my entire focus for the rest of the day. And he was like, you'll have time later. You don't need to get up early to go do it. And I was like, mentally, I need to get it done before I worry about you. So
yeah, kind of the highest priority thing for you in that day was to take care of yourself. Then you can transfer.
It's for him. He was my highest priority. And so I didn't want to have this little monkey on my back to have to worry about. because obviously his health was my most important. So, it's one of those things where if you schedule and you plan ahead, you can hopefully make it work.
So he was in a place where he didn't need you at that moment.
Yeah.
Like the time hadn't started yet for his caretaking.
Exactly. So I was like, let me get this out of the way. And I've done that with like flights. I've had so many 3 a.m. like miles where I'm flying, I'm traveling today. That you can't control the airplane. You can't control the weather of the airports where you're going. And so it was just a matter of, let me get up and get it done. And then that way it's done. It's checked off. I don't have to worry about it. And then the day can be what the day is.
Wow. I love that. I love this advice. This 1% of advice from you. So thanks to Rhea Deroian for sharing your words of wisdom with us. If you want to learn more from Rhea and hear her full story, because she's got a lot of good advice for you, please listen to her episode of Unstoppable Stories That Move, episode 30. So please let us know what's important to you that you can get started in just 15 minutes per day. That's 1% of your day. Taking Rhea's advice, what can you do for 15 minutes a day? How did this ring home for you? Was it really helpful to you? We would love to hear your answers. So please leave a comment so others can also learn from you, and share the podcast with your friends and with anyone who needs a boost and made some help out there. And thank you out there, everybody, for listening to this little tip. This is a podcast with a purpose to raise $1 million for medical research to find cures for cancer and other diseases. And we can't get there without help from donors like you. So donate now at unstoppablestoriesthatmove.com. Together we can save lives. And now it's more urgent than ever as NIH budgets are being cut. And we have to do something about it together. So instead of complaining, take action and donate here, and we can support the labs that are making a difference in finding the cures. So I'm Sally Hed Dahlquist. Keep moving forward.